And good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're plugging into this call right around the world. Over to Mr. Kim Bromer, my co-host here. Kim, good morning to you in Western Australia. You're muted out there, my friend.
Good morning, everybody. It's going to be a hot one here, 40 degrees today. And so we're going to be working through air conditioning, I believe.
Air conditioning. Well, if you're in Melbourne and was air conditioning, our grid would go out because we've got no power sources in Victoria. But anyhow, it is the 13th of January. It is 2024. It is my middle daughter's birthday. She's hit 25. Yay, 25. So now I've got a 25-year-old daughter. Oh, my goodness gracious me. Good morning to everyone in Japan who's plugged into this call. Lovely to have you on. Malaysia, I know it's early morning there. It's just gone 7:04 a.m. Good to see you, Stephen, in Western Australia. Roger Shahada, Adrian, Kim up on the Gold Coast or in Queensland, Con and Aaron here, and everyone else. Welcome to our Real Talk. Let's start our notes by putting down a couple of really important words here. Today, it's going to be a little bit more about inspirational rather than educational, and then we're going to go around the grounds to see if some of the topics that we're talking about resonate with you. Because, you know, personal development and success is all about, as Kim and I talk about every minute of the day, overcoming roadblocks and obstacles that are in your way as you develop yourself personally, to get to where you want to go in pursuit of your goals and dreams that you've got for yourself and your family. Okay. And why wouldn't you go for your dreams? Why wouldn't you say, okay, I'm only on planet Earth for a short period of time. Why wouldn't I try and be the best that I can be in pursuit of what I want? So I want you to write down two cons. Number one, quit or be exceptional. Quit or be exceptional. I mean, the reality is that everyone has the ability to be exceptional. Everyone has the ability to pursue worthy goals with commitments. Everyone has the ability to fulfill all their dreams and desires and achieve greatness. And we often find that people quit along the way. And I'm going to now put a little bit of a spin on the word quit, because I don't think quit's a bad word, but I want you to understand what quitting means. Quitting doesn't mean giving up, as far as I'm concerned. Quitting means stop doing the things that are unimportant to you. Quitting means eliminating the distractions that are holding you back from being exceptional. Quitting means saying, coin a phrase, Kim, I don't do that anymore. I've quit doing those things. I'm quitting smoking. I'm quitting eating sugar and fatty foods. I'm quitting sleeping in. I'm quitting watching TV late at night. I'm quitting all the things that are stopping me from being exceptional, from being extraordinary, for living the life that I want to live. And let's focus on that for 1 minute. Because the reality is, if you don't live and move away from average to going exceptional, then I promise you, it's only a matter of time before you get to kind of like the pointy end of your life that you may be living in regret and saying, I should have, could have, would have done that, but I held back. Okay? I stopped myself for a number of reasons, for fear, for being lazy, for not understanding. But being exceptional is something that's so important that you have to practice it every day. You have to practice it in your mindset. Have an exceptional mindset. Have exceptional thoughts. Consciously think, I'm exceptional, because the reality is that you are. To get to the exceptional stage and to be extraordinary, I want you to write this down. You've got to have an all-in attitude. If you don't have an all-in attitude to what you want for yourself and your family, then I promise you this, you'll just get by. Things will be okay, but you won't have what you really want. you'll start having this self-talk and justification. You've got to have an all-in, meaning I'm going to do whatever it takes. And write this down with a who cares attitude. Most of us care too much about what people think about what we're doing. Most people walk in the room and think people are talking about them and people are watching them. But if you have less cares, then I promise you, you'll be on your road to freedom. And that will allow you to join the dots to get to that exceptional phase. Who cares if you get up early? Who cares if you go to bed early? Who cares if you walk out of that environment and do something different? Who cares? The only one who's really got to care is you. You've got to be the one that's in control of your destiny, and nothing else matters. Now is the time to eliminate all the distractions, to quit all the wrong things that are in your life, to get rid of this average thought mentality, and to go down Main Street of Disneyland and enjoy your life with everything that's available to you. Living an unexceptional life is like almost, and someone's not on mute here, maybe they are now. It's almost like, can you imagine this? You've found this opportunity, you found something that's going to make you really successful, and it's like buying a ticket and standing at the gates of Disneyland and not walking in. You found it, but you're not enjoying it because you're not prepared to take the steps necessary forward. And that's a rotten way to live. Okay, it's a rotten way not to understand that it's all there available for you. Particularly for those on this call who are involved in our business with Herbalife, and you say, I've got this incredible opportunity, yet I'm not doing the necessary things. It's like having that lottery ticket that someone's given you and you're putting it in your pocket and you're too scared to check the numbers. What happens if your numbers are the winning ticket? And all you got to do is just go to work and take it out of your pocket and go and cash it in. That's the feeling that you've got to have. So now's the time to quit the wrong things, all the distractions, and say, it's time for me to be the best that I can be. Let's talk about the value of being exceptional. Not ordinary, not average. It's so important to understand not only the mindset of when you arrive, but what it actually means to arrive. And if you understand this, then your road to get there may be a little bit easier. Number one, when you're exceptional and not average at what you do, write this down, it will be good for you. It's actually good for you to be exceptional. Number two, you live a better life when you're exceptional in how you walk and how you talk and what you've got. How about this? It's good for the people around you. Mummy did this, daddy did that. And as a result, look at our life. It's exceptional. It's outrageous. It's a phenomenal way to live. The benefits of getting there. By being exceptional, you'll be more valuable to yourself and more valuable to the people around you. But it's important to find your way to get into this space. People say, yeah, okay, Wayne, that's great, but I'm not sure what I've got to do to be exceptional. Well, the first thing you need to understand is this. Number one, don't quit. If you've got the ticket to freedom, number one, don't quit. Number two, write this down, keep trying to find the way which resonates with you. No point in having the ticket and just holding it and not doing anything with it. You've got to find the way that resonates with you and being the authentic you. So keep trying to do everything. And it's not necessarily going to be easy. But I'm telling you this, it's going to be worthwhile. Everyone who's made it to the top, say in our business, in Herbalife, everyone who's made it in any area of their life, I promise you this, they go beyond. And I want you to write that down. To be exceptional is not just doing enough. It's about doing a little bit more than enough. It's about, when you think you've done enough, you do a little bit more. When you think you've made enough phone calls, just make another one. When you think and you say, oh, I've just done enough, no. That's not exceptional. Exceptional is when it hurts, you do a little bit more. Okay, Muhammad Ali said he only counts the push-ups after they start hurting. The ones where he gets to where it hurts, he doesn't count. So he may do 100 and doesn't stop. Now it's hurting. These are the ones that count. This is exceptional. The golfers, the basketballers, the people in our industry, you watch the exceptional amount of work ethic that goes into what they're doing. Okay? And that's the difference. So it's so important just to recognize that each and every one of us are a V8 engine, but we only operate on 4 cylinders. And I'm talking to myself. I know I can do a little bit more. But, how much is enough? How much do I really need? Well, hey, to get exceptional means it never ends. It's until, because you never stop growing, you never stop learning, you never stop becoming, you never stop giving. The better you are, the more you can give. One of the things we need to start thinking about, and this is I've touched on this, but I'm going to just, again, I'm going to hand it to you in 1 second, is consciously think exceptional thoughts. Not average thoughts, not thoughts of not being in lack, not survival thoughts, but exceptional thoughts. Because again, as we know, Kim, that goes into your subconscious and that becomes your reality. So over to you, my friend. The difference that you've noticed between exceptional and average, exceptional and just doing okay.
Look, everything comes back to how you think. I mean, it's one of those things that, I worked out very early, and I'm very lucky that I had those mentors when I was even as early as 19 to give me that slight edge principle. It's not you have to do a real lot. It's just that slight edge of really understanding that you are the master of your own destiny. And, everything comes back to how you think. It creates your expectations. Your expectations create your creation process. So thinking is one of those, it's like, I keep on saying it all the time, and it's one of those things that's inbuilt into me, standing guard at the door of your mind, making sure that, you're not allowing those negativities to come in. Because look, in the beginning, whatever you're doing, doesn't matter what you're doing, even if you love what you're doing, it's going to be tedious, mundane, and you got to do it over and over and over again. And that's when those things some of those negative thoughts start coming in. Because any endeavor, whether it's learning to play a guitar, it's the fingers don't go in the right way, whatever it is, it's, you have to, you got to put in that time, that 10,000 hours, that, the time in to be the exceptional, to be a master, or to master your own talents.
And it's so true. I mean, this morning, I was watching I love magicians. I don't know about everyone here on the Zoom, but I love watching magic. I love watching the skill of magic. I think it's extraordinary, when someone, has a coin, puts it in the hand, closes the hand, bang, opens up, and the coin's disappeared. And I go, it's magic. Boom, it's gone. But it's sleight of hand, and you know what they're doing. And when you demystify how magic actually works, particularly with sleight of hand magic, you see that it is so practiced to the point where the magician will say, if you want to do this trick, you have to do this over and over and over and over. And it seems like it's just so boring, but the end result is just like the joy on people's faces when you've mastered that little, put the coin into the hand, close the hand, open the hand, the coin's gone, and he shows you how to do it, and then bang, it's just exceptional stuff. But it is a simple task, like Kim said, doing it over and over again. Here's something else about being exceptional, and I think it's so important. And I want you to write down a figure. And you need to do this for me, because I did it for myself, and it's kind of interesting. When you walk into a room, out of 10, how much do you worry about how you look and how much people care about you? Just write down a figure, 1 to 10. You walk into a room, and you're in there, and how much do you care about how you're looked at and how you're perceived? Let's go. Adrian, what figure did you write down?
About a 7.
About a 7. Kim, what did you write down?
I'm a 9 out of 10.
9 out of 10. Roger?
9 or 10, yeah.
Okay.
I'm actually 9 or 10 even before I go into the room. I mean, I was brought up with my mother telling me that, hey, listen, the first impression is real important. So make sure that you're looking sharp, that everything's, make sure you smell right, make sure that you're, everything. Yeah.
That's pre-walking into the room, but now you're in the room, you're still worried about 9 out of 10. Hang on, stop there. Roger, how much?
I read a 1.
1 out of 10. Okay. Anyone else want to share here? Aaron, what do you care when you walk into a room?
An 8 out of 10.
An 8 out of 10. And I think the reality is most people are about an 8 out of 10. Okay, because again, you're in an environment where you feel like you're going to be judged for how you look, for what you're wearing, for your cleanliness, and then God forbid you have to speak. What's he going to say? What's his personality like? What's her personality like? Are they friendly? Oh my God, they're touchy-feely. Oh my God, they're standoffish. Oh my God, he's not going to the food. Oh my God, he smells. Oh my God, smells great. Oh my God, he smells bad. All this stuff. I want you to write this down. If you care about how much other people care about you, arguably, you're not free. Sometimes you've got to be so... Now, Kim walks into the room and he says 9 out of 10, he cares. But let me tell you, the reality is Kim walks in and he's self-assured because he's done his prep. He knows that he looks good. He knows his mannerisms are right because he's done the work walking in. So he knows when he walks in there, he's okay. And I think that has given that's given Kim, and it gives a number of other people the freedom to be, because they've done the work beforehand. Sometimes when people, I got to prepare for this. I got to prepare for that. In 2 weeks' time, I'm going to be doing this. In 3 weeks' time, I've got that event. And then, oh my God, I have to lose weight. Oh my God, my skin's bad and all this. Here's a question. Why aren't you prepared all the time? That's an interesting question. Why aren't you just permanently prepared? That you don't care where you are, in what situation, you're the best that you can possibly be. I always say to my family, leave the house like the Queen's about to walk in next. Who cares? The kitchen's like this. There's clothes on the floor. There's dust on the floor. There's dog hair on the couch. This is there. That's there. No. Leave it as if the Queen's about to walk in. How about this? Say it as if Mark Hughes is listening to you. Act as if you're already there. And that's part of being exceptional. With an exceptional mindset, an exceptional attitude, an exceptional self-talk. You can't have a loser's attitude and say, oh, when this happens, I'll be ready. Well, I promise you, it's not going to happen and you'll never be ready because you're always waiting for something to happen for you to be ready. Why don't you be ready first and then allow it to happen? Does that make sense? So being exceptional is when you're ready and the opportunity comes, the synergies will happen. But you've got to be ready to receive. I'm so lucky. No, luck is when preparation meets opportunity. That's luck. So part of this exceptional mindset is stop caring about the future and stop caring about what other people think. Act now as if you're ready. Be ready now. In I suppose, Kim, the 4 pillars that you talk about all the time to me, with the personal development, I'm going to let you go on from here, your association and connections. You've got to be ready now and constantly look at those pillars. Why don't you get into that state now? The 4 foundations. Kim, over to you.
Yeah, I mean the most important really is mindset, and we talk about it all the time in what we do, which is our personal development, lifestyle. I mean, and that covers a number of different things, with our it covers things with as far as money's concerned, about being able to make those sort of choices. It's your business. So mindset, lifestyle, health, or wellness is the point, because really, for me, that's the most important one. Once you start to get a little bit older, it actually becomes more important. So you should be working on it a lot earlier. I was talking with my sister yesterday. Sorry to get on and we had dinner with a few people, and there was somebody that was the same age as my sister, and she said, "My God, look at her wrinkles. Look at how she is." And I was the same age as the partner, and I looked like 10 years at least younger than he was. And I said, "Well, it's really simple. 32 years of the right nutrition, 3 times a day." Yes, I still eat some bad things, but I'm still giving the body everything the body requires. So wellness, so mindset, lifestyle, wellness, and the 4th one is
Connection.
Yeah, connection, which is community. Because in isolation it's difficult, but with community it's a lot easier. And making those choices, the community and the people that you hang around with, the people, what are they feeding your mind, all of those aspects. Those are I suppose, the pillars, 4 pillars that cover everything.
And I think if we put an umbrella over that, guys, the difference between exceptional and average is the choice that we make. Don't choose average. Don't choose average food. Don't choose average wine. Don't choose average TV shows that get into it. Don't choose average conversations. Don't choose to hang around average people. Choose exceptional and watch what happens to you. Okay? Now, you'll say, oh, look, this is my family. These are the way they are. Great. Don't spend extraordinary time with your average mentality of your family. You know what I mean? Choose exceptional. Okay. And to do that, hey, I don't do that anymore. Quit some of the things that are going on in your life to make the shift. Now, here's one thing that's really important because Kim touched on it. Whatever you choose, I want you to write this down. Your mind goes with you. Some people, oh, can't wait to go on vacation. I can relax on the beach and, things will be unbelievable. But they take their mind's worry with them and they're on the beach and they're still thinking negative things and work things and worry things and money problems and family problems and relationship problems and community problems and world problems. They take their thoughts with them. Could you imagine if you train yourself to consciously, and I use the word consciously through your basic self, consciously only be in a space of positive energy and then go on vacation? Now you're living exceptionally. Not on my beach, says Zoom, or lol. Okay, we know that. It's interesting. But the reality is, for most of us, we take our minds wherever we go. Okay. And that's where it starts and stops with the choices that we can make with how we fuel ourselves. No point in, getting your body V8 engine looking six-pack great and then putting shitty fuel in, which doesn't, feed us correctly, mind and body. Okay. At the end of the day, if you're going to tune yourself, tune your mind, body, mind connection. And then you'll have an opportunity just to live an exceptional life. Let's go around the grounds. I'm going to go to you, Adrian, because we haven't had you on this call for a little while. Some of the things that you believe may be stopping you from being exceptional. By the way,
me you called, yeah?
By the way, you are exceptional, but you know what I mean? By taking it to the next level.
Don't be too kind. I'm very average at the moment, Wayne. What was the question again? Sorry, say it again.
What are some of the things that you believe are stopping you?
Oh, look, mindset 100%. Like, always promote when things are going great, it's great. And when they don't go so great, that's when, you have to probably push a bit harder, which I didn't. Yeah, and just I think it got to me the last 6 months. I've made no lie of it, no secret of it. It's been hard for me, and I have backed off quite a bit. I haven't been jumping on calls, and I've been doing the things to make me progress. I haven't been talking to more people and all that kind of stuff. So, it did get a little bit hard, and I didn't jump that hurdle. I stopped kind of thing, but I didn't quit. I stayed around the campfire, and I'm ready to go again.
I think the important thing here, guys, and we'll keep going around the ground because I enjoy everyone's feedback, is for me, I don't know if you can just flick a switch and say, today I'm going to be exceptional. I'm exceptional. I think it's something that it's a daily thing. For me, it starts first thing in the morning where, I give myself a little bit of a hug and go, it'll be a great day. And I just listen to some positive energy and then just consciously in my mind reconfirm everything that I want for myself. Okay. And then if I do that, Adrian, this is the Wayne Levy technique. The dots join throughout the day. My dots are not like one's here, one goes up here, one goes down there, one's up here. No, my dots are like this, aiming to achieve throughout the day. Wow, wake up, done that, eaten that, spoken to that, listened to that, watched that, action that, recovered that way, meditated that way, unwound that way, tick. What a day. All the dots are connecting. Okay. And I think what's important for a lot of us is write down the dots of your day and say, am I connecting all the dots? And my dots like, oh, I didn't get to that dot. I didn't get to that dot. When you had that little puzzle in school and you had to connect the dots and one, where's number two, when you connect the dots, you get the picture. If you haven't got numbers on the dots, you're just joining dots everywhere and you're getting a mess. Okay, so just make sure everything stays connected. Kim, I know it's a daily practice for you. There's not a day. Wayne can't talk to you. I'm doing personal development. I mean, this guy's got more personal development in his veins than anyone else I know. He's just over personal development on turbo. But it's a daily thing, isn't it?
Well, yeah, and it's got to be. It's like bookends. Like bookends to hold the books up. It's the first thing in the morning and the last thing at night. You just got to have that in, because what you think about before you go to sleep is what's going to happen first thing in the morning. So it's mine. Is the personal development. It's 30 minutes of either reading or listening to some form of podcast that's positive, or affirmations that are positive, and doing those. Even the breathing and the stretching and all those things that you need to do, but also connection is real important, even still. And I'm grateful for, partner up with somebody that's got a common goal that with you, that, even when Wayne rings me up first thing in the morning to find out whether I'm awake, like he rings me up, "Hey, Kim, great. Oh, listen, I got to go. Bye." Oh, he didn't even speak to me, but he woke me up, like, okay, this is what we got to do. Oh yeah, we got a common goal together. We got to make sure that we're in line. So it's, partner up with somebody, or attach it to something that you already are doing automatically. Like, for example, first thing I do when I walk into the kitchen is put the kettle on to have my tea. So that is I create my habit of personal development attached to that. And then it's just automatic. It becomes a habit. And once you have that habit, you're putting the right thoughts into your mind, and you're getting ready for the day. But for me, all those little things during the day, in the beginning, and sorry, I'm going on a little bit too much, but in the beginning, you do everything. You do everything that you need to do, because okay, whatever business that you're in, but you're creating that cash flow, and then to a point where you start to make the money, you can then employ somebody else to do the things that you don't like. Like for example, and you can employ other people to do the things that you cannot do, and that's what money's for, is to buy back your time. And so then you can be saying the things like, I don't do that anymore. I've got somebody else doing it, doing the things that I need to have done, but somebody else is actually doing it.
Yeah, it's a nice, and again, that's when you're living, I guess, but I suppose that exceptional life again. I just want just write this down, guys. There's about 7 stages of every individual, 7 floors, if you will, or 7 steps in your life, and most of us need, and Kim and I talked about this a long time ago, going through the elevator and stepping out of the elevator at a certain level. But I just want to bounce just three floors off you that are really important, because if you understand these 3 floors, not the 7 floors, but just the first 3 floors of your life, you'll be able to identify probably where you're sitting right now. And the first floor that most of us sit in, and you'll understand this as soon as I say it, because you'll say, well, that's my thought process. Okay, that's basically where I'm at. And this is, again, not a criticism. This is just reality. It's called personal survival. The basic level that most people are in personal survival. They're looking out for themselves, and they're living a little bit in fear. Fear of what they don't have, fear of being alone, fear of lack of having money, fear of not achieving their goals. Their whole issue is stuck in that personal level. And that's, I don't know. I mean, I start off some of my day thinking, get out of that level. Go. You don't need to fear that anymore. Okay. Self-talk go away because I recognize that that's basic stuff. The next level that you've got to try and get to, write this down, is called the level of creativity. And this is where you're starting to reach out through your relationships, reach out and embrace life. You've got more energy to do things. You've left some of your sorrow and weakness behind. You're now in a creative mode, okay? You're out of personal survival. Now you're living a little bit, okay? And that's, a difficult level for some people to get to. And don't forget, we're still on the lower floors here, But by the way, there's a basement level, which I don't even want to talk about before you get to that first level. But now we're on the second level. Let's just get to the third level and stop the call on the third level. Because when we transcend the third, fourth, sixth, and seventh level, it's getting a bit esoteric here for a minute. But let's go to the third level, okay? The third level is really important. It's called personal power. And I want you to write that down. That's when you're committed to a goal. You've got disciplines in your action, and you've got your personal power going on. You're feeling good about yourself, okay? You're out of the creative energy. Now you feel the superiority and your power of what you're doing. And these are still basic levels of what humans can achieve. So I'm going to summarize. The first one's living in fear, living in lack, worrying about things, looking out for yourself, trying to get through the day. A lot of the thoughts that are going in are there, and it's so far from being exceptional. It's really in survival. The second one is, okay, I'm starting to create a few things. I can see a vision. I'm out there. I'm reaching out. I'm embracing some activity a little bit. And the third level is, okay, I'm committed. Now I've pushed a few things aside. I'm not doing that anymore. I'm not doing that anymore. I've got discipline and my willpower in place. So sometimes you've got to look at yourself and say, what level am I at? And how do I recognize what level I'm at to get to that exceptional stage? Don't forget, there's 7 floors. I've only gone to the 3rd floor. I'm not going to go beyond the 3rd floor, because the 3rd floor is a great floor to be at. It's not kind of the penthouse, but you're out of the basement. You don't have the best view of life, but I'm telling you, you can see what's going on. And it's probably at that 3rd floor that Kim talks about. You step up in the forest and you can see the roadblocks and obstacles, and you can say, I'm committed. I can see what's going on. I know what I'm doing here. Yeah, there's the pothole. Look, there's the beehive. Look, the creek's going down there. The cliff's over there. I can see my problems. Okay, I'm committed and I've got the will to go through. What's necessary to get to where I want to go? That's your 3rd floor in your development as a human being. Let's all get to that 3rd floor as quickly as we can in the 1st quarter of this year. Let's move out of that fear and let's find some creativity, and then let's find our commitment. And if we can do that, I'm telling you, Kim, I suppose once you're in that forest and you can see those potholes and obstacles and roadblocks and reach towards the goal, if the goal is big enough, I think you're scratching on getting that exceptional lifestyle. But you can't get there if you're stuck and not willing to get up to that higher ground personally, mentally, to see what's ahead of you. Does that make sense to you?
Absolutely. You're talking to me or talking to everybody else?
I'm talking to you just to elaborate what I'm saying.
Look, absolutely. I mean, and that's when you've got the power, like all of a sudden the confidence comes out, because you know all the roadblocks and obstacles, and you know what you need, the solutions to all of those. And they're just, and some of them become, small little goals, okay, because you just got to become better at doing that, to overcome that roadblock and obstacle, or read that book, or create your calendar a little bit better, or create those have-tos. Two things that most get us are the inspiration or desperation. So, it used to be, Jim used to say, well, if you don't have one, pray for the other, so, but it's, you need to work those things out. And, and I'm still working on some of my roadblocks and obstacles. I'm still working on some of my solutions. It's a journey. And you know, look, some of the best ways that I've found to help me in that journey is gamify those sort of little journeys. Make it a game, because that's what it is.
Yeah, but I think the other thing, guys, don't forget we're on the third floor here. This is the fourth, sixth, and seventh floor. But remember, in life, it's like an elevator. You know, it goes up, and then make no mistake, don't think it's going to stay there. If you're continually not working at it, it's going to go down. Okay, and we've all experienced that, and that's called life, and that's why what you're saying, Adrian, is totally honest and authentic and transparent and real. That hey, I got off the elevator at a certain floor. Yeah, the elevator went down. I got stuck there for a while, but you know what? I'm doing the necessary things to go back up there. And like Kim said, we're constantly working. I mean, to get up to the higher levels, the fourth, fifth, and sixth, and seventh level, oh my goodness, it's probably a couple of lifetimes worth of work. I mean, there are a few people who have got there, but I'm telling you, most of us as mere mortals probably won't get there. And that's okay. Like I said to you, when you're on the third level and you can see it all, that's a great level to be at. Okay? The penthouse is phenomenal, but not everyone lives in the penthouse. Got to understand. Not everyone, the view on the third level is good. The penthouse is extraordinary, but you can see everything from the third level. Okay? Let's just get a little bit better. Let's get a little bit more exceptional in the things that we can do to elevate ourselves up. But then my recommendation is this. Don't stop. Don't stop. It doesn't take too many hamburgers before you lose your health, and it doesn't take too many no visits to the gym before you lose your muscle. Okay, just have a few nights of alcohol and a few less nights of aloe and see what happens in a couple of days. You know what I mean? It doesn't take much. So it is the discipline and it's the commitment of the personal power at that third level to say, this is write this down, my new standard for myself. That is my base level. If you can make that third floor your base level, then I promise you everything else will be extraordinary. But you've got to get off living in fear, living in lack, and living in worry. Sometimes it's easy for me to say that. Wayne, you don't know my circumstances. You don't know where I'm at. Yeah, you're right, I don't. I absolutely don't. But I've seen people do extraordinary things from difficult circumstances when they want to make a difference in their lives. Guys, 45 minutes of real talk this morning. There are some things that I have to do today. Roger, I think on Monday, correct me if I'm wrong, we've got an extraordinary meeting that we're doing, a recognition call over yourself.
Yeah, on Monday we've got our monthly kickoff call, which is a recognition day, or evening, I should say, where we recognise the people who've either got involved or moved up in their compensation plan with our company and achieving great goals. So looking forward to doing a lot of recognition. I already got a huge list that I've got to add on as well. So that's really exciting. So be there. It's on 8:00 Monday evening, Melbourne, Australia time.
And following that, we have our regular Healthy Living International platform. So talk us through the week.
So on Tuesday, we've got our regular Herbalife Opportunity meeting, who we are and what we do call. And then on Thursday, we do the same thing, followed by our Supervisor Academy call. And then next Saturday, we're back on this Real Talk call again. But actually, no, there's not next Saturday. There's going to be a lot of people going to Adelaide next Saturday and Sunday to get a special weekend training from special guest speakers all the way from the US, Chairman's Club members. So really excited for the guys going to Adelaide.
Yeah, and just want to give massive recognition. Kudos to Kim Bromer for selecting a couple of guys that are stepping up as leaders. And both Kimmy and Con did an extraordinary job. I might go to you, Kim, just to talk about last Supervisor Academy.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, Kimmy and Con did awesome. It was just, they've set a new bar. And so look forward to the coming last two sessions. I won't let the cat out of the bag yet. But also, for those people, I will still be here on Real Talk next Saturday. I know that a lot of the others are going to Adelaide and so forth and won't be here, but I'll still be here doing a session of Real Talk. So looking forward to seeing every one of you. Same station, same time, same station.
I just want to also add to what Kim said. I mean, Kim and I were texting each other during Kimmy and Con's Supervisor Academy, and I said to Kim, "We've lost our job. What are we going to do now?" Because these guys did an unbelievable job, and like Kim said, it set a new standard. And I think nothing makes us more proud than when people get the information. I hear. I see, I do, I understand, and they can apply what they've done to the information that they've got, and that really was fantastic. So, Kim, we look forward to whoever you're going to be promoting next Thursday. That's going to be fantastic. For me, for now, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're plugging into this call. We look forward to seeing you somewhere soon on Planet Zoom, but have a glorious weekend. Thanks, everyone, for sharing. Bye for now.